Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Saratoga Racecourse here on Friday. It is the 6th of August 2021. Going to look at the stakes races on the program from Saratoga, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean around the world. Let's look at the stakes action from Saratoga races 7 through 9. The 7th race, it is the Hall of Fame Stakes. It's a grade 2 event going for a purse $200,000, race for 3-year-olds here. We have a field of 8 horses heading to the inner turf course. The distance of ground is 1,600 meters or a mile on the Saratoga inner turf course. 1,600 meters, 1 mile here in the Hall of Fame. And I show the diagram, just gives me a second to look down my notes. As a top selection, we're going to take the 4 horse here, Easy Time. We'll go 4-2-1-6 in the superfecta. 4-2-1-6 super. Top selection of 4 horse, Easy Time. 3-year-old colt by Not This Time, Mark Cassidy trains. Tyler Gaffleone gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came at Woodbine on the 11th of July, mile 16th on the Tapeta and the Marine Stakes. And the horseman by 2 legs, he had a dream trip. Coming from mid-pack, settled nicely, slowly moved his way up. When he got the lead, the race was over. An all-around good run. Second off the bench, back to turf. If he runs the same trip like he did last time out, I think he could really run a good race. And I think he's in a, like I said, a very good spot to win. 2 back ran up 75 at Gulfstream, 1 mile 12th of February. And if he didn't get bumped in the lane, he probably would have won. Finished second by neck, a little black stays go bumping in the stretch. Kind of cost him, but he still ran a terrific race there. And throughout that Mucho Macho Man on New Year's at Gulfstream. 1 mile in the dirt. He finished 8th by 22 3/4 lengths and just wasn't handling the dirt at all. But his turf races and Tapeta races are very, very good. He's been improving with every single run, and I think he's sitting on a very good race here today at 6-1. Let's use him. To recap my selection for the 7 from Saratoga, it is the Hall of Fame. Let's take as a top selection the 4 horse Easy Time. 4-2-1-6 super. The 8th race, it is the Alydar. It's going for a purse of $120,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. 8 horses are going 1 lap around the Saratoga main track, which is 1,800 meters in circumference, or 1 lap round, which is a mile and 1/8 around. 1,800 meters, a mile and 1/8 here in the Alydar. I'm going to go take as a top selection the number 6 horse here, Bourbon War. We'll go 6-4-7-1 in the superfecta, 6-4-7-1 super. Top selection 6 horse, Bourbon War. 5-year-old horse by Tappet. Ian Wilkes trains. Brian Hernandez Jr. gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came in Churchill, mile and 1/8 on the 26th of June, an optional 80 claimer. He finished 3rd by 1/4 lengths, and he just kind of stalked. A little Lex days go on the stretch, but he showed some heart. I didn't think it was a half bad race. Coming here, it is against a little lesser quality, tougher quality horses, but I think he's a good pace to close with, and I think he's sitting on a lot better run. His workout here at Saratoga have been very well, a lot better than the Churchill workout, so I think he's digging the track, and I think he really could run a good race. His first race in nearly 14 months came on the 27th of May at Churchill, 7 furlongs up 6-2. Over a trip I thought a little bit too short, and from a stupidly wide poster, he saddled well, quickened up nicely. If the race was a little bit longer, it would have made it interesting late, but he finished second by a neck. Not a bad run there off the bench. Definitely improvement off his previous race, which was 28th of March at Gulfstream Park of 2020. 1 mile and off 6-2. He finished 6 by 10 lengths and just had nothing there. And then they took him to the turf where he had nothing after horribly getting around 2 turns. His races in 2019 weren't bad at all. He closed 2019 with a decent 3rd on the dirt there at Gulfstream. He actually placed in the Better Talk Now here in December 2019 at Saratoga on the lawn, and then actually placed in the Florida Derby 4th there behind Maximum Security, and had a very good second place finish in the Fountain of Youth of 2019 here over at Gulfstream. He gets these good trips. If he gets it today, I think he really won a good race. He's been improving a lot with the last 2. 15-1 back to the longer trip. Let's use him here in this very wide open race. The 8th from Saratoga, it is the Alydar. Let's take as a top selection the 6 horse Bourbon War, 6-4-7-1 in the superfecta. The 9th race from Saratoga, it is the Troy Stakes. It's a grade 3 event going for a purse $200,000, race for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field here of 12 horses going the distance of ground of 1,100 meters, if you want to go with that, or the distance of ground of 5.5 furlongs on the Saratoga Melon Turf Course. 1,100 meters, 5.5 furlongs, Melon Turf. My top selection, we're going to go take the number 5 horse, Front Run the Fed. We'll go 5-7-8-11 in the superfecta. 5-7-8-11 super. Top selection 5 horse, Front Run the Fed. This 5-year-old horse by Fed Biz. Crowder Santana Jr. gets the mount. Most recently, they ran the horse in the poker at Belmont, 1 mile on the 20th of June, and he finished third by 3 lengths. He really closed up well behind Ole Sankra that day. It was very tough poker. It was a grade 3 event, but it could have been a grade 2, maybe even a grade 1. But he showed some heart, a little bit wide, quickened up a little bit, but I do think his better trip's over 7, 6 for a long race. 5.5 might be on the borderline, but I think if he sees a good pace in this one, he can really make it interesting late. Two back ran elusive quality at Belmont, 7 furlongs, 24th of April, and he placed that day, finishing second ahead, a little bit wide, really closed up well. Constant just freak that day since coming back from California. But this horse, he ran his heart out there, and then prior to that, a race that backed him, the Brews Cup Turf Sprint last year at Keelan, 5.5 furlongs in early November. He finished 6 by 2.5 lengths. He closed up a little bit, but it wasn't anything spectacular. And then prior to that, in the Turf Sprint in Kentucky Downs, 2 months prior, very soft Kentucky Downs turf course, 6 furlongs there. He finished second by a neck, and Premise, who actually won this race last year and then got disqualified. When I backed him again last year in this race also, and I remember watching that live saying, no, do not take him down. They took him down, but that's for another day. But, and Premise ran a great race there at Kentucky Downs, but this horse, he was getting around the course okay. I don't think it was his favorite circumference there, but before that, he had a very nice win at Belmont over the 7, and then he okay fourth at Churchill around 2 turns, but he's a 1-turn horse. If he sees a good pace today, I think he can run a good race. He's training very well also. 15-1, let's use him with the new connections. To recap my selection for the 9th from Saratoga, it is Detroit. Let's take the 5 horse front run the Fed, 5, 7, 8, 11 in the Super. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.